Now we can.
Gone? Okay, let me just put it again. Can you see it? It's there on my.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, now it's fine.
Awesome. So, the topic for today is co creating your first 5 to 10 clients, and we are going to talk about the business foundation. When I say business foundation, basically what we're talking about is the basics where we are starting. And it doesn't mean you might be already few years into business and maybe some of these things have not been yet established. So, that would be a good time to kind of review as well, an audit if you already have. And if you are just starting, if you don't have, then perfect place to start, right? So the very first thing, what is the requirement that we have already established that you will want to have a profitable coaching business, right? So first thing, energy, and this is completely my personal experience, my personal thinking. There's no priority that we need to first have energy, then assets, then mindset and action. I believe everything goes hand in hand. So when I say energy, it only means that the right aligned energy. So when you say that, yes, I would love to coach, love to make a difference and have a profitable business, what kind of energy you're coming from? Your inner world, how you are thinking about it, what beliefs you have around it, what feelings do you have about it? Are you passionate? Are you enthusiastic? Are you feeling a little disheartened? Where is your energy? Is it in alignment with the dream you have, with the desire you have? So that's what I mean when I say energy is aligned energy. Then assets, we'll talk about some basic assets means what it shows to the world that yes, this is your coaching business. How do you show it to the world? Then mindset is a lot about your belief system, what you believe about yourself, what you believe about coaching, what you believe about your coaching clients, and the world at large as well. And the ultimate game changer, yes, action. Right. So before we go to these four things I will be talking about today, briefly, of course, all of them. First thing I want to ask you is, right now, what is your, and don't think like too much in depth, in simply what comes to your heart when you think of your coaching business, whether it's your dream, your passion, but business is the important word here. So maybe take coaching away. What comes to your heart when it comes to business? And I would love to see in the chat box what comes to your heart. I'll just stop share so I can see it easily. Yeah. So just put in the chat. If anybody would like to unmute and share, please do that as well. What comes to your heart, your mind when you think of your business? I mean, as a dream, this is what how I would like to see my business. Take a minute. If you need to close your eyes, close your eyes. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your body. Take your time. Hmm. Interesting. So I'm just gonna read everything you've written. Thank you. Service, express, joy, vision which requires a lot of work, love, authenticity, creating impact, flourish, freedom. It's my calling. Dream and happiness, making a shift. It's a space where people come to connect with themselves and feel loved. This is beautiful, and I feel 100% because this is how I was feeling when I started my business. But to be honest, none of this created business for me. None of this. Because this is all about being a coach. And I've spoken in the community as well about this happiness, Kritika, yes, and service. Service is a big one. And I think Steve Chandler is made even more popular. Service. So, uh, all these are beautiful traits and qualities of a coach. And as a business owner, of course, who is a coach, you bring all these qualities in your business. I think that goes without any doubt and without saying. Do we agree? Just raise hands when you feel, or you can unmute and challenge me if you don't feel right. Yeah. So if you already feel this, that's already there. That's there, right? So that's something you started coaching with. That's something that brought you to become a coach. Am I right? Because you wanted to make a difference, because you wanted to do something to serve to people, you wanted to express yourself, or you wanted to be authentic, be love, bring your dream come true, make other people's dream come true. But becoming a business owner is a completely different game. It's a completely different game. So now I think I need to go back to that slide which I quickly skipped. I think we need that slide back. So let me ask you all again, who would like to start a profitable business? And I would love to see hands up actually. So let me just see all of you. Yeah. If when you think of your business and if the word I want to create a profitable business does not come to your heart, I think you need to go back to this recording then. Yeah. Yes, as a coach, you are gonna make a difference, that I can tell you, and maybe you already made difference to many people's lives, which was beyond your imagination. Yes, beyond your imagination. You are going to create that difference. Trust me. And maybe you already have done. Some many of you, some all of you, I think, have done some way of coaching, whether it was paid or unpaid, doesn't matter. And maybe even before you started to call yourself coach, maybe you already made a difference to other people's lives. So that will happen. You have loved, you have served, you have created happiness, all that you have been doing, isn't it right? So what does business mean? I think we need to really go back to the basics. So there are people who do coaching. I know personally people who do coaching, and they say this is not my bread and butter. I don't want to earn with coaching, and that's perfectly okay. That's their calling. Maybe they have a business, another business at side, maybe they have a job, maybe they have some other means of income, maybe they are stock traders, we don't know. Maybe they already are earning a lot, and they just do coaching because they love coaching and they have fun with coaching. Not an issue. But if you are someone like I am, I left a well paid job, complete resigned from my job without a single client, and I wanted to create a business where I can do all of this, and I wanted to create profit. I wanted to have a regular income in my bank account. So let's first establish, the moment we say business means profit. And you can very well be a coach, love it, do it as just because you want to. That's no problem in that. So first, let's get it clear. So everybody wants to make a profitable business. Now, I want you to redefine what's your dream for your business. Let's do it again. So in the chat box, what's your dream for your business? It can be a number, it can be just simple, as I said, profitable, or it can be exact number. This is what I want to create in my business. This is my dream to have 5 lakh every month, or whatever number it is for you. It doesn't have to be 5, it could be 1, it could be 10, it could be 20. It's your choice. But again, okay, money. That's a good start, Ranjit. For you, Ranjit, I would ask you for a number. And you know why. For you, I would ask you to put a number. Yes. But it's a good start. It's a good start, nevertheless. I would say freedom. Okay. Today's topic, I wouldn't go into this, Nitin. But otherwise, I would ask you to just reflect on this. Are you currently not free? What do you mean by freedom? So reflect on this. But today, I wouldn't go in the details of that. Maybe some other time. Financial freedom, Dipali. So again, I would say exactly what do you mean by financial freedom. That's a better way of defining it. Because when it comes to business, okay, let's look at our businesses around us. Okay, any business that comes to your mind, unmute yourself. Anybody can speak up. Any business that come to your mind. Anybody would like to play with me? Just unmute yourself. Who is ready to play with me? Anybody? Raise your hand. Come on. That's your chance to learn something. Ranjit, please come. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I can.
Yes, Ranjit. So when I say business, what business comes to your mind? Think
What
around.
business?
Come to
What business comes?
your
Can you
mind.
come again?
Any business, think of any business around you, maybe in your vicinity, around your home, around your local market. What business comes to your mind when you think of business?
I can see shops,
Shops. Which shop? One shop. Tell me
uh,
one shop.
grocery shops.
A grocery shop. Okay. So in a grocery shop, what happens? What does the business owner do?
Two things I see. One is service and another is income.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think
Selling
selling
something.
what? Yeah,
So they sell some goods, and if we take on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis, they also keep a stock of what is going out, what is coming in, how much is the profit.
yeah.
Yeah. And how are they selling?
How are they?
How are they selling? They're selling goods, they're buying some goods, and then they're selling.
Yeah, correct, correct.
And in the process, they're making profit. Yeah.
Yeah,
And do they count the profit at the end of the day?
I don't know, but I would.
If you have ever seen it closely, anybody has a parent who had a shop? My dad had a bookshop. So every in my childhood, every single day, I know that dad would come home with a bag, which was thela. And in that time, it was a really cloth ka thela, okay? And I used to just run and feel like dad has brought something for us, maybe a fruit or a toy or a sweet. And every time it was only and only money. It was only big bundles of money, which he knew exactly how much money was there. And so this is my childhood, and something I just knew. Okay, this is what business is. That you go in the morning with an empty thala, and in the evening you come with a bag of money. So, if you have anybody who's seen closely, anybody who has done business as a shop, every shopkeeper at the end of the day they check how much money was there in the beginning. And at that time, how many of you have my age group, I don't know, but they call it, galla. Anybody has heard the word galla? Aditi is goyal. Aditi knows, we are banniyas. Yeah. So galla kya hota hai, usme they check, and there are different sections, like you go on a till at a supermarket, it's exactly the same thing. And there are different basically they count exactly the money is there in the morning and the money in the evening. So the point I want you to just notice, in every business they know exactly what is they're investing into, what is it they're selling, at the end of the day what is the profit. So when you say the term money, when you say the term freedom, when you say any other term where there's no number, again it's more abstract. So if you truly want to become a business owner who is for the lack of the word, has a good business acumen, who really want to learn how to do business, become a smart business owner, let's say for simple layman term. So start with numbers. एंड वी विल लेट गो ऑफ द नंबर्स बाय द वे एज वी गो. बट क्या होता है ना, शुरू शुरू में हमें ए बी सी चाहिए होता है. बाद में वी डोंट थिंक कि हाँ ए सी और इससे बना ये वर्ड. We let go of that. So we will let go of the number as we go in the advanced journey of thriving business. But in the beginning, you need that number. So it's a good idea. And that number could be just one client every month, just 25K or whatever number it is. It doesn't have to be, there's no benchmark for that. It's your number. But I would encourage every single one of you to have one number in mind. Okay, this much profit I want to make in my business, or these many clients I want to coach, and this package I want to have. Have a number. That's my recommendation again. You take what you feel it feels right for you. Okay. So that's the first point. Profitable business. Now let's come to our assets. Energy, I think most of the sessions when I do in the community, we are always talking about energy. So I wouldn't talk much about energy. If there's any question, I would be happy to take. Let's come to the assets. So this is the basic foundation of your business basics. I want you all to take notebook and pen, just note down these and pick how many you already have. Either a website, your website is not a necessary. If you're just starting, even a landing page will do. A landing page which has a nice picture of you, a professional. You can even ask a friend with a good phone to take it. You don't have to, spend money on this. A good picture, and a description of exactly what you do, if you have any certifications, credentials, that your social media handles, and a Google page. We have already spoken in details about why Google page is so important and why every coach should have it. If you don't have, create one. A business deck or profile, anything can go into it, any kind of voluntary work, any kind of free work, any kind of certifications, even your previous, like in my profile I still have that yes, I am a postgraduate doctor, so even in my profile I still put that. No purpose, because this is part of who I am. Yes, I have qualified as a doctor and a gynecologist, so in one line it is mentioned there, and every other thing which goes after that. So, and business deck, um, all the kind of services you want to provide, whether it's coaching, training, facilitation, any kind of work you have done, all can go. Any kind of clients you have worked, even if you don't, if you feel I'm just starting, what do I put in my business stack, you can always put the kind of work you want to do. There is no harm. And even your previous, any kind of strengths, even if you have worked in a job, what kind of strengths you think you had at that time, what you have learned, even that can go in the beginning, and you keep of course upgrading it as you get clients and work, right? Email signature, if right now in your email signature, but no matter where you're sending this email, everybody at your email signature, all your business assets, whether it's again your business, of course not profile, but your website, your Google page, if you have any nice blog, an audio recording or a video recording which will show something about you, that is also an asset. Yeah. And now, any question on this, and how many of you have all this? Just put in the chat box, and how many would like to create all this? I'll just check.
The question.
Yes, Puneet, please.
Yeah. So when you say audio or video showing your work,
Hmm.
do you have to have what like is it just kind of you talking about yourself, or is it like recording of coaching sessions? What do you
Wonderful
mean with
question.
that?
Wonderful question. So, first thing, mostly if you are somebody who also like to do group work, Puneet, or corporate trainings, facilitation, many organizations would ask you to just show your work. So when I do any kind of such work, I don't record. Mostly these are sessions, whether it's for an organization, they are of course private because of the privacy. I don't record. So what I do, I send them anything relevant, which might be me speaking about certain topics, which is relevant, whether a podcast, whether a video, even a blog, I can send, or an article you have written even on LinkedIn. Right now, if you don't have a good audio or video, also for all of you, if you haven't created something like this, I would encourage you to create something like this. Maybe just a video about talking about your work. Great videos could be simply, in the beginning especially, a story that you worked with a client, this was the issue, you did this, and then this happened. Simple video. And when somebody asks you about some of your work, feel free to send that. Do not.
And that can be clients which are like practice sessions, like people you just coached.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And if you do any kind of work where your client is happy for you to take a recording or testimonial, that can also work for this. Yeah. Thank you, Keshav. Keshav. I'm scared and excited to create my assets. Yeah, that's a perfect place to be. A little out of your comfort zone. And yes, excitement. Yes, wonderful. Any other questions on this?
So, Saloni, does a LinkedIn services page count as a landing page, or what exactly do you mean by a landing page?
Okay, that's a very good question. Nahi, Aditi. LinkedIn services page is not a landing page. Landing page is a page, like, for example, if I'm looking for a service, somebody told me that Aditi gives this service. And now I want them to, can you send me something about Aditi? What are they going to send? If they send your LinkedIn services page, first of all, it could be complicated. The person services page does not, you have, by the way, you have this facility on LinkedIn. On services page, you can put your brochures, you can put a lot of things, but whether this person will see, go, see, check or not, that's not in your hands. So our job is to make our clients or prospects life easy, really easy. You send them, They click, and there is your picture, your service, what all you do. So it's a simple page, landing page. I think anybody who knows a little bit, how to create a landing page can do it. You can yourself also do it. On Google, you will easily find how to create a landing page. If you find even that difficult, simple on a Google, doc as well, you can create a page. As I said, nice picture and nice content. Exactly authentic what you do. Honesty is very important here because this will give them an idea of who you are, and that should align with when they meet you. So that authenticity will come in play here when you're creating that. No chat GPT. Please do not use any AI while creating this. I would urge you highly. Currently, people have started to kind of feel repulsive. So highly recommend that do not use AI. Already many people I have heard this like, oh my god, the moment I see something which is created through AI, I have to start feeling like icky about it. So people are already feeling that. And when people already only start to say this in a party, this happened in a party or a friends meeting, when they are like, oh my god, this is just too much happening. So that's I think a huge red flag right now. I have a profile document. Yes, Shweta, profile you can use. You can, and everybody must have a nice profile, which is a detailed profile. And you can have two. I have two: a detailed profile and a one sheet Canva page where it's briefly tell about me. You can always have two because sometimes people don't have a long time to look at your profile. Then you can send a quick visual, which you can easily create on Canva. Linktree, yes, Linktree is also a good idea. But again, on LinkedIn, I would say landing page is better than LinkedIn, Kushal. Reason because again, LinkedIn page jaake they will have to click on the links, different links. But usually, landing page has your picture and straight away pointers. What is it that you do? The purpose of website and landing page is at one click, a person can immediately see exactly what you're doing. Yes, Mona, and I see some other hands.
Yeah, Saloni. So, in a landing page, can one put one's, let's say, like a flyer, like a brochure? Is that what goes into a landing page? Brochure is like, yeah, I'm talking about my coaching. I'm talking about who I am. At the same time, I'm putting some, let's say, coaching issues there.
Yeah. Anything can go. Just make sure, Mona, that at the top of your landing page, a nice picture of yours, your who you are, and a brief understanding of what you will do for them. So, say it could be simply as I help clients to deal with emotional challenges, anxiety, or transition, or whatever it is that you help with. So, first two liners should be immediately helping them connect with you, and then you share these are the services I provide. But it could be brochures, it could be headings, subheadings, and whichever format. Always keep it short, crisp, bullet points. As we all know, people usually take 2-3 minutes. They say that when somebody comes on your website, within 1 minute, either they're out or they go to your about page because they felt connected. Usually, it's no, I think it's even less than 1 minute now. So you have to quickly showcase exactly who you are, and that's why a picture which has some essence of who you are. If you can have that picture, I know it's a simple picture, but it shows who you are really. I see Ranjit and Yayati, I think. Yeah,
Should
Ranjit.
I? So, two questions I have, Saloni. One is based on your experience, because you mentioned five avenues and channels for their assets. So, what is your experience about what really connects with people, helps them to relate better with a coach, so that their approach becomes easier to the coach? Is it a Google page or is it website? Like, what is that you have felt through your experience, which helps the client or probable client to connect better and relate better, and so that approach?
That's again a wonderful question, Ranjit. Why? Because in the beginning when I started to get regular clients, something interesting started to happen. So people would call me, and usually these were international clients, and they would say that I was looking for a life coach in India, and I just felt very connected to you, and I could never understand what is it they're connecting with. What is it that they feel the connection. But not one, many people told me this. I just feel an energetic connection with you, and I knew that I want to connect, I want to see whether we can work together. Now, to be honest, I don't know exactly what they feel connected with. One thing I'm sure, I have always written honestly what I feel, what I think. And if any of you know me, I think you know that already. That whatever is my heart, I will say it out straight away. And that happens on my social media, on my website, everywhere that happens. If you look at my testimonials, it's interesting that a lot of my clients on LinkedIn, you can check the testimonials, or on my Google page, people just write from their heart that this is how I felt when I was working with Saloni. So I think people check everything. If I have to assume, because I'll have to assume what they were connecting with, I feel it's a combination of everything. And how I feel connected, that I can think, like how I connected with my coach, for example. I felt an instant energetic connection. There were so many coaches I knew, but why I wanted him to be my coach? You can check out Gary Moller, my coach. And I think it was the depth of his being. Now, how do I sense the depth of someone's being? That does not come from a landing page. That's where the further work will happen, Ranjit. And for everyone, when you will,
Sorry, what was that? Can you come again? I missed that.
I'm saying that will come from the depth of the expression that you will do, whether it's on your blog, whether it's on any video, whether it's in anything you're saying, in audio, in word, video, in anywhere on social media, the way you are expressing yourself authentically. Slowly, when people see that, somewhere somebody has seen something, and they feel that energetic connection with the depth you're bringing. So it's not like you're just saying things to get clients. There will not be an energetic connect. But when you come from a depth of your heart, something as simple as that, I have gone through this. So I'll give you an example. I had once written a post about my daughter during COVID time. She was going through a very tough time emotionally. And I learned how to really hold space. I think I truly learned how to hold space when I had to hold space for her, where she told me, Mama, I don't want you to say anything. Don't try to fix me, heal me. I just want you to hold space. And it was very difficult, because to see your own child in pain, I think if you're a parent, you know that's the hardest thing to see. And when you're a coach, even more hard, because you really want to make them feel better. So I had written about that post, and I think this was the post I got the maximum DMs, because so many parents, I spoke about my pain, I spoke about how I learned how to hold space. I think it's 4 years back, but a lot of people just message me that I feel so much of this because I've gone through this. And that was a vulnerable sharing. As a coach, I vulnerably shared that how I felt, how I was not able to hold space for her, and then I learned. So, something like that, when you share authentically, I think people feel that's honest, that's authentic, and that's where they feel the connect. So, this is just one example. This is just one example. We can do it in everything we are doing. Everything we are doing, whatever we are saying, writing, in every expression. If we are authentic, if we are coming from our heart, people connect. People connect heart to heart. They don't connect with the mind. And that's why I was saying AI. AI can be very intelligent, but it's not hard. It can give you very intelligent, very empathic. You put an issue on chat. If you have tried this, I have tried this, because one of the group, they were sharing that people are now using ChatGPT as a therapist. And I said, okay, I was having some I had something the tip with my daughter, and I put it on. This happened with my daughter, and of course, oh my God, you're going through this. But of course, it's just an intelligent, empathic reply. There is no depth. There can't be. It's very empathic. It felt really good. Like, wow, somebody is saying that yes, what I'm going through right now as a mom, I'm feeling so hurt and all. But it's an intelligent, empathic answer. There is no depth in it. It's like you can sense it. You can sense the energy which comes from those words. So exactly same way, when we are saying something just for the sake of saying, or we are taking a moment to feel in our heart, what am I feeling? This is my experience, not because I want to impress people on social media or anywhere, but I am feeling in the depth of my heart. When we express that, and we take time to express that, we are not rushing, people feel that. You will feel that, no? Think of yourself. When was the last time you felt deeply connected with someone? What is it that made you feel connect? Ranjit, I'm asking you. Have you ever
What
felt
is that?
have you ever
Yeah, yeah,
felt energetic, and anybody can answer that question for that matter. Have
yeah,
you ever felt energetically like, oh my God, I feel so connected with this person? Have you ever felt that way?
yeah.
What was
Many times.
with whom and what was the reason?
Yeah, I think with you also, like since you are here,
Hmm?
with many a times, because I feel like we see each other, correct? So that's what I feel like we see each other, like
How do you
that
know?
is
How do you know that we see each other? How do you know that?
because you speak me and I speak like I feel like that kind of stuff, correct? Uh, it's very difficult to explain that, to be very honest.
I think
Uh, but it's like you see there is no two individuals, correct? It's coming as Saloni knows me, I know Saloni, correct? I think it's difficult to put it into words, so to be honest, sorry for that,
can
but
anybody feel what he's trying to share? I think you're right. You're right, Ranjit. Aditi, I see you nodding. You want to share, Aditi, something?
Yeah, I was just thinking about this when Ranjit said, and it's more from the perspective of when a conversation flows, when you can see there is nothing but love on each side. That's when like I have felt connected, and I could, like when Ranjit said it's very difficult to put in words, I was also struggling with that, but that's what comes to my mind.
You both are right, and you already said it, Ranjit. It's a feeling. That's why it's hard to put in words. Because it's a feeling, but we all have hearts full of love, and we feel. You feel when somebody is truly saying "I love you," or in any way, any other words. It doesn't have to be "I love you." You feel their love, and I know it's so much. It feels like it's so much harder to do it when you're just writing something. Trust me, this is one tip I would give to all of you whenever you write anything anywhere. First, feel the love in your heart and then go ahead and write rather than polishing it on a AI. Feel the love in your heart. People will connect with this. I saw Kaushi and Yati. Is your hand raised? You can also come in.
I
Hi,
just have one
Saloni.
one quick question. Sorry for that, Saloni. I will just take it quickly because with website, what I've seen is as a coach, we are evolving every day. Because I've seen like earlier when I started, my approach was more from a clarity perspective. It's like if I take an analogy, if there is a bottle, I would have shown the bottle to them. Now I am giving them the experience of living inside the bottle. Correct. Uh, so the website also changes as per your experience.
Absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. Right now, my current website does not represent who I am, and I know it. But I'm right now. I don't have to revamp it. I will do it maybe in a couple of years, and I have done at least in last as many years. I had my website. I think first time 2014. At least four times. I think in last 11 years I have just revamped it because it wasn't representing who I am. Yeah, definitely. You must do that. Yes, Yati. First Yati, then you, Koshi.
Yes, Saloni. Is it okay if I share the story about Gary
I'm sorry. I'm really
in a,
sorry.
in a,
But
in a
I just
very
saw
30
the
second
time. 30 second.
30
Yeah.
second version?
Yeah, yeah. Short
Perfect.
version. Good.
So it
Yeah.
was my first podcast that I was recording. The
Yeah.
podcast is called Transform with Yayati, and Gary was my first guest. And knowing Saloni, I've known Saloni for a long time. And knowing Saloni, I thought this will be a perfect episode for her. So I just shared the link with her. And that's how she connected with Gary. So me and Gary were not thinking that, oh, somewhere Saloni might become a client of Gary. Gary was simply being Gary. I was simply being me. And I shared from my heart. And that's how Saloni got connected to Gary, and that's how it happened. So whatever Saloni is sharing is absolutely spot on. Creating the assets will really make a difference. And one more short story is about Google My Business page. So one of my clients, she did digital marketing in 2018. And she was my client. So she's like, do you have a Google My Business page? I said, what's that? I don't even know that. She's like, do you want me to create it? I said, sure, go ahead. And ever since she created that, I now have more than 333 five-star reviews on my Google page. And because of that, I have at least, if not more, I have earned at least 20 lakh rupees only from Google My Business page. Because of that one little initiative that my client took to create that. It doesn't take much time. It will just take 5 to 10 minutes of your time. But doing this one little step will make a huge difference in your life. That's what I wanted to share.
Thank you so much, guy. Yeah, Yati, that was actually wonderful sharing. I was like, are you going to share a lot?
No, no, no. I understand.
One thing I would add, there are a lot of coincidences happen when you open your heart. Like Yati
Yes.
shared with me, I'm starting a podcast. Would you please listen, Saloni? And I'm like, I wasn't even intending to, I was not sure whether I will listen or not. And I said, okay, which one you want me to listen to? And he sent me that one episode. I think he has sent me two. These two will be good for you.
Correct.
The only episode I've listened on Yayati's podcast was Gary's episode. And that was a morning, actually. I sent him a message that, yes, I want to connect with you. So he's right. You never know where, how people feel connected with you. Thank you, Yati.
You're welcome.
Yes, Koshi.
Hi, Saloni. Hi, everybody. I think when you started sharing Saloni on LinkedIn, it's one of those posts where you spoke about, are you willing to work on the money mindset? That was the essence of it. And I felt so called in because I hadn't seen many people vocally share something like that. And I think to your point, when you're also ready to receiving it, the synchronicities come in play. So when I set an intention that I want to work on my money beliefs and I paid attention to it and I was open to receiving is when I'm here in this room right now, because I think the last time also there was a session, as much as I was ready to be there, I think I was not open to receiving. There was the energy of fear. So for some reason, my phone also didn't work. So there's so much about the energy and what you carry. Is it love or is it fear? Is something that I always track myself for. And I felt encouraged to share that with you here, guys. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I would just add one thing here. This is such an important point what Koshi has shared. I have seen people get physically sick, physically sick when they were not ready to receive something. Like somebody have invited them for a healing session. They're not ready to receive. They've literally fallen physically sick because they somewhere there's so much resistance to that healing. I've really seen it. So it is so it's in physical space. It's not energy, is not just we are talking about. It really is crazy ways things I've seen happening in many years. And this point that being open to receive the abundance, we have to just constantly open our heart and allow ourselves to do that. Definitely. Yes, Nitin, you want to share something?
Yeah, I just want to. It's a very interesting discussion, and without kind of dragging it further, I'll just give you a quick thing that I personally experienced, and about a couple of years ago. So when I moved to Saudi Arabia, there was this vacuum in me that I really was feeling because I was away from my family and so on and so forth. But I actually was manifesting every day about you know some kind of a miracle that will get me out of this mindset that I was going through. And out of the blues, suddenly one day on my Instagram, on my YouTube, actually, uh, this guy pops up, and I end up listening to his music and his songs and so on and so forth. And it was just a coincidence that he was doing a retreat in New York that year. This was last year in the month of May, and I was supposed to be there for work. Now, whether I would go there or not go there for that conference on behalf of my company, I didn't know, but I just ended up enrolling for the workshop with him, the retreat with him. And to my surprise, everything fell into place. I actually got permission to travel to for the workshop for the conference on behalf of my company. But because this workshop was happening on the weekend, I actually ended up attending it, and it was shocking to me as well because and to the person as well, because nobody anticipated me to fly all the way from Saudi Arabia to New York just to get this thing done. But the most beautiful thing that actually took place, I had never met this guy. We were in a retreat for 2 days. And there was this one moment where he was addressing the whole crowd. We were about, I think, 30 odd people in the room. But he was looking at me, he was staring at me for almost a good 20 minutes, and all the two of us were doing were crying. And it was such a powerful emotional moment at that point of time, because like you were asking that, have you ever felt connected to someone? And it was like this instant connection that we had with each other. He actually knew, I mean, it actually felt like we were talking to each other's soul rather than, talking to individuals. It was so beautiful, it was so powerful, and it was such a massive shared experience as such. That was incredible. So I just thought, since you spoke about it, I just thought of bringing that back. That yes, I think the universe has its own way of playing things, and when we manifest certain things for ourselves and we look for it, same thing goes with money, right? When we manifest money, we manifest business, we manifest clients, things happen to us. It's all about having that positive approach, energy, and not giving up, showing up every day. I think that's more important for us as people. So that's what
Thank
I wanted to just share.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you. And I would urge everybody, it's a beautiful sharing about connection. Everybody think about the question Ranjit asked. When you think about, okay, how do people feel that energy connect with me? Think about how you feel connect with other people. What is it that makes you feel connected to other people, heart to heart, soul to soul, and that will bring more, more depth in everything you do. So let me go to back to our next point. I see one mistake a lot of coaches doing, and if there's any question, I will take it in the end, so that I can finish the important part of this today's meetup. Social media, they spend a lot of time, and I have done, whoever I'm mentoring currently, few coaches, and if you're here, you must be smiling. That a lot of your time goes into crafting and creating your LinkedIn posts, your Instagram videos or reels. If you do not have currently at least, I would say, 5 to 10 clients minimum, if you spend 6 hours on your business, I would say 30 minutes, not more than 30 minutes, should be spending on social media. Even if you do not spend any time on social media, that's perfectly okay. There was no social media when I started. When I had a full-fledged thriving business, I had no social media presence. I came to LinkedIn only after COVID. Yes, I was present on Instagram, but I had no idea what I was doing on Instagram. Mostly my assistant was posting things that I was writing, and I had zero clientele coming from Instagram. My first client who came from LinkedIn was, I think, 2022, 21 or 22. And before that, I had a full coaching business. I had already had a burnout because of so many clients. I was only cutting down on my clients. I was only thinking of, okay, now I only want to coach CEOs and senior leaders. Yes, the first senior leader, I would share that in some other time. First senior leader that who came to me came from LinkedIn. That's right. But I think even till now, I've been worked as a coach almost. It's gonna be 2 decades next year. I literally can count on fingers from LinkedIn. I think four or five. That's it. That's it. The number of clients who have come to me through LinkedIn, Instagram. Literally one client. And even that was very surprising that they found me in Instagram. Never, ever otherwise. So, Facebook, never, ever. So, that's what is social media for then? Why are we constantly creating content? First of all, we are not content creators. Please get this. You are not a content creator. And if anybody tells you, it's your choice what you want to believe in, but I would tell you that your job is not to constantly create content or think of content creating. And if they tell you that by creating content constantly, more and more content, you will get clients, if you get, perfect, not a problem. If you are getting already clients from social media, or if you think it will, you can try that. But this is my personal experience, that social media is for branding. So when somebody recommend you, that yes, a friend of mine asked for, let's say, uh, the friend is going through a transition. They are changing jobs, okay, and they are looking for a coach because they are feeling hassled. Maybe a mother who is after 3 years of a break wants to go back to work, or maybe a couple is going through difficult time and they want a couple coaching, and they recommend that this is the coach, or I want to recommend this is the coach you go to. Now what they're going to do, they're definitely going to look at either whatever I send, website, landing page, and then comes the social media. And your presence there, and again, a nice picture, a nice bio, what is exactly you do, a few posts, which will show them what kind of a person you are. Are you a nice person? Have you written something beautiful on your social media? Do you write something in depth? It could be just literally, doesn't have to be hundreds of posts. It could be just, and they're not going to go through many of your posts anyway. Might just check your two posts. And if those two posts show some kind of depth, some kind of authentic content, something that will relate with them, not some random thoughts or quotes or gyan, something which was make them feel, oh, and looks like they know what they're doing, related to what the work and bio says, related to what I have told them. If they feel there's an alignment, that's all, they're going to check it out. So it is to for them to feel that yes, this person is present on social media, they have a brand, and okay, looks like in alignment. For this is what my experience is, and I'm happy to listen if somebody else has a different opinion. I see Mona, and I think somebody else has also raised hand. Mona, is it related to this topic? Otherwise, we'll take it in the end.
Yes, this is the topic. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
overall, of course, everything and related, especially to social media. I think I suffer from an intense feeling of being overwhelmed by social media. So I go to LinkedIn, for instance. I mean, I almost get like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed. I read a few posts and then I sort of don't even visit it for the longest time. So I'm just my question is, so I understand the importance of branding here, and I also have felt at times when people ask me, "Oh, are you on LinkedIn? We don't see you on LinkedIn," and I don't even know what to say mm, because I'm just still not comfortable. So is it something that I must work on in order to be able to brand myself, in order to be visible? I mean, that's my question.
Okay, so the first thing I would say, does for right now, Mona, and for anybody else who feels the same, just have a nice picture, a nice profile picture, and a bio. And only whenever you feel, at least it would be good to visit LinkedIn just to even read and learn more about coaching. If you have any people from community or otherwise that you feel inspired by what they write, what they do, what kind of work they're doing, what kind of expressions they are doing on the social media, you can go read and comment on their posts. Just to reiterate your point, the senior leader I mentioned who came to me, the first client from LinkedIn, he was not following me. He has not read anything that I had written. He has just came across a comment I had posted on someone's post. And that at that time he was going through some difficult time in his leadership journey, and he read my comment, and from the comment he went to my profile, and he then contacted me. So even commenting is good. That's a simple thing. For now I would just because social media is not the type topic for today, I will stop it here. Come to the real thing. How now to be a business owner? So when I say business owner, we already established we are talking about a profitable business here. If there is no profit, there is no business. It's as simple as that. You might have a calling, a purpose, you might be a change maker, but it's not a business. It's as simple as that. Everybody agrees? Now, how do we become a business owner? What do business owners do when they start a business? Who will answer this? Quickly in the chat box, everybody, I want to hear at least one thing that you think business owners do when they start a business. Whether you are starting right now or whether it's been 3 to 5 years you have been coaching, think what would you do if you're starting right now your business? I see your hand is raised, Puneet. Can we do it after this?
No, I was answering. Acha, you want me to type there? Okay.
Oh,
Got
you
it.
can answer. Yes, yes. You can unmute and type. Answer as well.
I
Yes.
think after creating the brand, the logo, whatever, you would put out some products or services,
Hmm.
whatever.
Where,
recreate?
where would you put out? Absolutely right.
I mean, depends if you have a physical location or mostly digitally for our purpose.
You are put out. Digitally, you said?
Yes,
Okay.
digitally, like you said, a landing page or
Okay. What else?
mm, maybe reach out to people like,
Mhm.
people who are close to you, friends, somebody like that.
So let's say what you were saying, Puneet, and most of our coaches think this way, by the way. So once we have the assets, again, landing page, it could be something I have written on my LinkedIn. So most of the coaches feel once we have put out our services out there, it could be LinkedIn, Instagram, social, any of the social medias, people will come to us for hiring us as a coach. How many of you think this way? I definitely thought that way in the beginning. There was no social media, but I just thought, "Ki, okay, people know I'm a coach, so people will come to me." How many of you think if you have put your services out there digitally, people will come to you to hire you? How many of you think or have experienced this has happened to you? Please tell me. Let me stop share so I can see all of you. Yeah. How many of you think that people will come to you? You think, Priyanka, people will come to you? How many people have come to you?
No, in the sense, like in my mind, I think that was like the first step that I have to first, what should I say, put it out there, claim it. It is like my way of uh, accepting the new identity that okay, now this is what I'm doing and this is what
Yeah.
I'm going to do. And once I do that, probably, some like I think maybe because of laziness or just being busy with other things in life for a very long time, I felt that okay, uh, this is what I have done. Then gradually, of course, you realize that this is not enough.
Hmm. The first, thank you for sharing that, Priyanka. Most of us have this kind of weird idea. I definitely had this weird idea that because I'm a coach, people will come to me. Susanna is saying, let them know who you have a product or service. So again, are you talking about Susanna on social media? You letting them know?
No, no, Saloni, anywhere. The point is that you have a business, so you have a coaching business or you have any other business. Thinking that, like on social media, obviously everybody knows you are a coach because you've added that to your profile. But expecting that they would reach out to you, I would say rarely, rarely, right? So even if
I
they
would,
reach
I,
out to you,
yes.
I would say they might reach out to you, but they getting transformed into a client. Again, that depends on how well you connect with them and how well you show the value. So the point I want to make is you have to take that initiative to again make them aware that you have this business. You are a coach and you are doing this. So you can do that on social media while you're connecting with people personally. Also, so most of us, like I would say, and when I started my journey as a coach, we don't want to talk with the people in our circle that I am a coach, right? So they know you've changed your profession, you're into something, but you don't want to say that I am a coach and I would want you to take my services, right? You don't want to
Why
talk
is that?
about
Why
that.
is that? I want to come to that. Why is that, Susanna? Why we don't want to tell people?
I would say it is something that's the fear, I would say, the fear
What is
factor.
what
And
is
that is how you,
what
yeah,
is
the fear is the first of all, we only, I believe, will create a lot of things in our own mind where we think that the other person knows me since a long time and the other person is not going to really accept me as a coach, right?
okay?
And sometimes it just happen, like, in your friends, even before they just know that you're going through something different and you just share with them, and they've already started saying something, right? They've already started saying things like, acha abhi to coach banegi, acha you'll be a coach now, things like that. So I would say they do stop you, but I think as you grow as a coach, you learn to uh, talk boldly about who you are,
That's
right?
thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing this, Susanna. And that's the energy part. It is so important. Now, coming back to I just see some raised hands. I'll come back to them. Just let me just finish this part. Imagine you opening a photo studio. Okay, you are a photographer or any studio for that matter. It could be a diamond studio, it could be anything. Would you go and tell your friends that I have started this and I am looking for people who I can shoot, or I can sell my jewelry, or I have just started a sari business, I have just started whatever it is, parlor or whatever it is, any business. Do you think people will tell other people when they start something new? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, definitely.
I'm seeing some nodded, but I'm also seeing people are hesitating. Yeah, I'm coming to that hesitation. Chavi, I saw your hand. Whenever somebody start a new business, if it's a product business, people easily go and tell. My friend recently had started a sari business, and the first thing she showed me and sent pictures of saris. Only I just started the sari business, and I would love. A friend in Delhi has just started a boutique, and she sent me all the dresses, and I was like, yeah, sure, I would love to, buy something from you. And easily people send their products, their brochures, and they tell everybody in the circle, this is what I've started. And what happens in all the groups, all chacha, mama, and friend circle, and all the school, college group, every group, they share. Most of them. Yes or no? Have you seen such kind of things? Yes or no? Their brochures, if this is a physical place, they share the address, and this is the place where I'm gonna give this product or service. And whenever people landed a great job, oh, I'm working at Google, I'm working at Apple, they very happily announce it and go gaga over it, and they do it. And people, of course, if it's a product they buy, otherwise people can congratulate if it's a job. Yes or no? The first
Yes.
5 or 10 people who will come to your business will only, and it's a big only, will come by asking. Asking. Telling people and your friends, I'm a coach, doesn't mean anything. Anything. Can you believe there are friends I have still? It's been a long, long journey. Still, they don't know exactly, Saloni, what do you do? I'm like, I've told you already many times. So, till you have your first 10 clients, do not even expect anything to come from anywhere else. If you are already getting references from your whoever you have coached till now, great, you're doing already a great job. But trust me, your first 5 and 10 clients will come from when you will call a friend and say, hi, do you know what I'm doing currently? I have done this, and I'm coaching people and I'm helping people like this. And I want clients. I'm looking for 2 people right now who I can coach. Either it could be this problem they're facing, or they're facing a problem. I'm seeing Aditi right now on the screen. They're either facing a problem in their dating life, or their teenager is driving them crazy. Yes, Gurminder, and they are going crazy. So, do you know any parent whose children are just making their life hell, or somebody who's wanting to lose weight, chubby, yeah, fitness? Then, whoever says this to you, what are you gonna do? You're gonna send them this. This is my digital card. You can create a digital card easily. Check on Google how to create it, on which there is a picture of you. Picture is important. People connect with picture, and a name, your designation. You are a fitness coach, career coach, transition coach, dating coach. It's good to have one area. So why, now you will understand why we talk about, it's not about niching, it's about, this is what I'm doing. How will you tell people I'm a coach? Send me someone. Who what do I send to you? To somebody who is having problem in dating, send to me. Also, somebody who is having a career transition, I can help them as well to build in confidence, to go through whatever challenges they're having. Somebody in your circle, is there anybody in your circle who want to lose weight? Oh yeah, all my friends. Okay, how many of them you think will be open for some support? I don't know. Okay, can you tell all 4 of them, 5 of them, this is digital card, this is my website, this is my Instagram, LinkedIn handle. Create a nice profile, by the way, taki there is no work your friend has to do. You will send a separate message. On this separate message, yesterday a friend of mine, okay, let me give you a great example. Yesterday, a friend of mine, I only encouraged her to start some she's an amazing photographer, and she was wanting for more work. So I asked her, okay, why don't you create a simple information where you tell what is your USP, what kind of shoot you can do. She sent me exactly thing which I can just copy and paste to anybody. I don't have to even do anything else. She even wrote, "This is my friend Barkha, who is doing this. She's an expert in this." I'm like, wow. And everything she's written, "I would love you to introduce to Barkha." And I'm like, I love this. I mean, I didn't even have to think anything. And I know her very closely. I wouldn't have done anything different what she has already sent to me. Make their life easy. But until unless you ask, and she asked me, Saloni, who you can send it to. I've already sent it to 5 people. Simple. And I told her, I'll send to more. She's doing my shoot as well, by the way, in a couple of days. I'm like, after my shoot, I'll send to many, many more. Because then I can say, what an experience I had with you. So share exactly what you do, exactly what difference you make, and exactly what you need. Now, as you all are saying, let's go to this. Why you are not already sharing? Because this little I, oh my God. I wouldn't take any name here. Some of you are my mentees and who have told me, no, I don't want to, take any favors. I don't want to talk to people who I already know. I don't know how to tell people and ask for it. Please know this is my experience being in business. And I can say that year by year, it's all about spiritual growth. Nothing will help you grow spiritually and curb this ego as your business will do. Trust me. Because oh my God, what will people think of me? I'm asking for it. I am needy. I'm this, I'm that. What is it? This is pure ego. You don't have clients. You want clients. You desire to create a profitable business. You desire to create a difference in someone's life. And you're wondering, like, how can I ask for it? Think of it. What is it? Anybody disagree? It's not an ego? Then please, now you share. What is it? When you say that you want to give a service, when you say, and I've shared many times this example where my coach helped me see this when I was doing a disservice to people who I would just coach for 6 months and then I wouldn't tell them, like, you need more coaching. There is so much more is left. Now, most of my clients stay with me for 1 year. My coach training organization told me, oh, once you coach somebody for 6 months, 1 year, that should be enough. It's not therapy. People stay in therapy for 10 years. But coaching is something you are making people independent. I followed it till I got coached by Gary. And he said, really? The whole transformation of the person has happened in 1 year, Saloni. I'm like, no, of course not. I know so much. They're still not, some of them still are having bad marriages, some of them have bad parenting skills, and some of them really are still losing their temper in the board meeting. So much is happening, so much is needed. I said, and he said that it's a disservice, it's a gift you have, and if you don't share your gift to the clients that yes, I think there is more work needed here, it doesn't mean you're undermining the work you've already done. They have come to a huge amazing level and they can go next. And I realized the best transformations that happened with me in my coaching business were in the second and third year, when it was like literally people started saying, oh my God, I don't recognize the person I was before I met you. I am a completely new person. There is a client of mine who I started coaching, I think last January. And for last week, he's been calling me almost every single day. Saloni, now I get it what you said last year. I have to call you. I got it what you told me last year. Oh my God, now I get it. What were we talking about David Hawkins? Now I get it. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, oh my God, मैं बहुत slow ना. 1 year के बाद मुझे सब समझ आ रहा है. मुझे वो session याद है, वो session. And it's like he's jumping the levels of consciousness like crazy. And I'm like, I'm so happy. There's a time for everything. At that time, he wasn't ready. I was doing whatever I could do. Now he's like literally Godspeed. And his excitement is like he literally calls me. I have to tell him, please, 1 minute, give me 1 minute. So yes, now let me take questions and then we'll go about how to ask. Yes, I see Nitin. So thank you for waiting with patience, Nitin. Yeah, but something related to this topic. Yeah, please go, Nitin, and then Shavi.
Yeah. So whatever you said is quite exciting and something I could relate to as well. I just want to share one personal example. So, of how I learned about asking. So, in 2021, I started, when I started my coaching journey, when I wanted to become a coach, I got introduced to this amazing app called Meetup. And I started creating meetups on that. And I was in Dubai. And the first few sessions, I thought I will create these meetups and then people will randomly come for these meetups. The very first session, I realized I had to literally call people and make sure that they came for those sessions, which was amazing. And I got a lot of support out of that. And over a period of time, now I've done more than 100 meetups across the Middle East and India for that matter. But initially, I used to be very hesitant of telling people that, okay, I'm also a coach, please come to me. But as I kind of started talking to more and more people and more random people started coming for these meetups, I realized this was a great opportunity for me to tell them who I really am and what I really offer to them as well. And that's how they started coming back to me. So after every session of my meetup, I would go and tell them what I'm doing. And they would then randomly call either for introductory calls or whatever eventually. And that's how I actually got my first 10 clients, to be honest. Even though I didn't want them, but I just got them, which was amazing. So yeah, I mean, what you said actually makes sense in terms of going and asking, because until you don't ask, I also feel it's also a way of us manifesting, because if we don't manifest, we're not going to get that. So it's kind of related back to the spiritual growth and the spiritual element that you spoke about. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
That's very
Thank you,
interesting.
Nitin. Yes, now we're going to take questions so we can finish the things that I want to finish in the session as well. So if there is any related question, then share Chavi and then Priyanka.
So, Saloni, as you know, I've also done baking. So I have sold product per se, not just service. But what my experience, and I agree with asking, because like how I started with baking was I would just bake a cake and take it to someone's birthday. Like, there is a party and you bake. So that was my gift or whatever. But where I'm getting with this, initially, what started to then happen there was, especially with friends and family, where we want to ask, at least with the product, they would start asking for discounts or things like that. So that put me in an uncomfortable spot initially at that point. And maybe that's the energy I also take into my coaching business somewhere, that people who are close to me may not value, and maybe there is this ego element, the I coming in, but they may
I'm
not
sorry
see
to
the
I'm,
value.
I'm sorry to stop you here, Chavi. We are not asking those people, please know you're not asking your friends and family to buy from you. Let's make it very clear here. You are
Yes.
not asking your friends, your colleagues, your ex-colleagues, your exes or your friends or whoever to buy from you. What you're saying is, this is exactly what I do now. And I love to help people and I love to make a difference like this. You can share a story, what you have done. And do you know someone who needs this service? I am looking for someone. Not like it would be great if you know someone. No, I'm looking for 2 clients right now. And I would love your support in this. Asking means you have to be so humble. That's humility. That's befriending your I. That's curbing your ego. This is as simple as that. Okay, I will give you an example. When I was preparing this I just came from office and literally before starting the session, I was like, okay, let me put a PowerPoint so it will be easy for people to say. And when I was writing ask, first thing what came to my mind, how many of you have really asked me? So I was thinking in the last 1 year, I don't know how many people I have recommended to different coaches. But have you ever think of asking? Let me ask Saloni. Saloni, I'm looking for a client like this. Do you know someone? You can refer to me. Think like this. I have such beautiful relationship with many of you. Start thinking who can you ask? Start thinking who can you ask? There will be people in your circle. You look around. There will be different communities. We get stuck with that one person who is gonna judge us. Maybe there is a relative who's gonna judge you. Leave that, no? But I'm sure there are friends who are not going to judge you. Actually, people feel great. Trust me. When you give something to someone, somebody comes to you and say, I really need this. And if you help them, how do you feel? We love to give. It's a gift to ask someone. Do you know this? It's a gift you're giving to someone. I was teaching my mom, who's a great giver but can't receive. And I keep telling Mama, when you receive, you are also giving me a gift that I can give. For the first time on her 75th birthday, she let me gift her a Kanjivaram sari, which I really wanted to gift her. And I knew she wanted one. But no, 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 I can't take it. I'm like, please let me gift this. This is for me. Because I don't remember that I could give you this gift with love. I had to literally fully coach her first that this is a gift for me, not for you. I know you can very well buy. You have a lot of money to buy. It's not about money. It's about when you gift something to me, how do you feel? And that's when you realize, oh, I love it when I give something to you. I'm like, whole of my life you have gifted me thing. Can I feel that joy of gifting to you? So feel this. When you ask people, you're also giving them the joy of giving. Go with this feeling. How do you feel now, Chavi?
Yeah, that's good. And I think that differentiation that you just pointed out, we're not asking them to buy from us. We're just asking for support. That shifts a lot.
Also,
Yeah, thank you.
when you go in any meeting, if you do business networking, any kind of networking, whenever you go and meet anyone, never at the back of your mind think, oh, I hope this person becomes my client. Please don't do that. I have done that. We all do that. When we are desperate for clients, we think, oh, I'm meeting this person. It looks like they're sharing a problem. They might become my client. The purpose of networking and connecting with people is they understand what I do. When they feel somebody in their network needs the support, they will actually want to recommend. This has happened with me a lot of time that I've shared about me and I've asked people, do you know someone who can benefit from this? And people have come back and said, actually me. It has happened, trust me. But I was not at all intending. I think that's the authenticity I'm talking about. I was not, I'm like, oh really? Okay, tell me. What is it? So let that person come to you. And that's where it's like we are not getting desperate in asking. We are lovingly sharing our gift and then asking for support without getting desperate. And that's the fine again. We will talk in another session about that energy, how to bring that loving energy to the space as a coach. Right? Now I see Priyanka and Ranjit. Just give me 5 minutes and then in the end we'll take question. Just let me finish in 5 minutes. I want everybody to take notebook and pen and write. If everybody is okay now, befriending the eye. Where can you ask? I want you to write at least 10 names right away. 10 names. 10 people you want to ask. Straight away ask. This is who I am. This is what I do. And this is what I'm looking for. It can be individuals. It can be in groups as well. I'll take 2 minutes about groups. First, you write 10 names. Friends, relatives, coaches, mentors, anybody, community, anybody who knows you a little, and you can build that rapport with them. Of course, no cold asking. Somebody stranger, we're not asking. If anybody finding it hard to think of name or any question, you can ask now while others are writing. Let me just switch on the light. It's getting dark here.
Yeah, I'm finding it difficult to write 10 names.
Hmm.
And I noticed there's so much resistance. I'm just accepting it.
Who is that, Kaushi? Uh, for you, Gurminder, I know you have worked in schools, Gurminder.
Yeah.
I am sure you have a great circle of friends, teachers, your ex-colleagues. I'm sure of that. Think of people who knew you before coaching profession. Think of people who respected you, who trusted you, or who were your friends. It could be anybody,
Yeah.
anybody. And usually it will come from your past work.
Hmm.
And there are so many parents, I'm sure, Govinda, you know.
Yeah.
A teacher, you must
There are.
know a lot of parents. So those
Yeah.
parents, you are just reaching out and saying, do you know somebody? You're not saying, "Hey, I want to coach you." Just remember this. You're not selling to that person. Think of
Actually, in a way, I am asking them to help me or spread my name or maybe,
yes, yes,
yeah. Okay.
yes, Mona.
Saloni, yeah, I mean, there's this interesting, sort of muddled thoughts coming because very recently on Sunday, I had a friend over from Mumbai.
Hmm.
And by the way, I have got like 13, 14, 15 names already.
Hmm.
But so this guy, old, we go back a long way to university. And he said, um, I was just talking to him about coaching and, very passionately about it. And he said, ये कौन लेगा सिर्फ जिसके पास बहुत पैसा है. Okay, so this was one thing which kind of
Hmm.
dampened my spirits. My husband was also there, and my husband kind of took over from there because he's a great believer in coaching. He said, "ये तो सब में है, families में है ये वो." So even as I was making this list, this conversation came back, and then I thought that what if I get that same response from these people? Because I think what is
Can I interrupt?
associated with
I
coaching
need to
is
interrupt you.
money.
Sorry, Mona. I need to
Yeah,
interrupt.
yeah.
I feel there is a need, huge need I see when something like this comes up. I might create it myself, a program called Coach as a Leader. As a coach, you need to up your leadership game, Mona. If somebody says to me this, isko kaun lega, I would love, I think my excitement will go up and I would be like with my boxing gloves on. And I might ask them, as a coach, the first thing I would do, I would ask them, okay, how many people can save their marriage with money? What do you think? Or a holiday to Eiffel Tower, can it really help a couple who's struggling? Or going to New York, does it really help somebody who is struggling with health issues and weight issues? What do you think? For some, it might be just the answer. For some, it might be an interesting opening of a conversation. If it's dampening your spirit, Mona, they say, and when somebody criticizes you, if you don't not believe a fraction of that yourself, you don't feel hurt. I feel in coaching, we have not even started truly. People have just started to realize the power of coaching. People are still comparing coaching with therapy and counseling, which is crazy. And I would love to dismantle the difference. And no offense to therapists. Therapy is amazing. Counseling is amazing. But coaching should not be compared to therapy and counseling. It's not a modality. कोचिंग इज लिटरली आई मीन अभी उसमें नहीं जाते हैं उसमें अगली बार जाएंगे बट या coaching, the power of coaching, if you don't know as a coach, then it's very hard to explain to anybody. First, you have to have that confidence and be that leader who can say, oh really, tell me more, what do you think? If somebody is having this, you know, 5 problems people have, I'm sure you know. We all do around us. People every time are talking. All my friends call me when they have a fight with their husband, like, oh my God, I want to leave this man and I want to just go in Amazon. I get these calls from my friends. I'm sure your friends call you when their teenager is driving them crazy or when whoever is driving them crazy, whether it's their boss or their partner. We all know. Most of the problems are relationship problems. We all know that. Yeah. And we all know that no amount of holidays, food, or gadgets, or anything else cannot help. Yes, coaching can help. And if somebody can easily spend 2, 3, 4, 5 lakhs on different things, by the way, nowadays you have no idea. Like my husband is a cyclist. Any idea how much the cycle cost? Good cycle I'm talking about. He's an athletic way cycling. So more than my package. Yes, much more than that. So yes, people are putting their money somewhere. People are earning money. Money is never ever a problem. So इसको हम यहीं पे करते हैं क्योंकि मनी के बारे में already remember that session I did with Deepti. So we talked a lot about it's never about money, Mona. This person is meant to say he doesn't know what coaching is. He doesn't know what it can do. So your job as a coach is to be the leader to help them understand what coaching is without getting offended or defended. They don't know. They have no idea. But Peter, people will come to know. Trust me, when I go to marriages now, I told that my bua chachis, everybody's people are surrounding me and saying, Saloni, please, can you teach us meditation? These are the same people who said, oh my god, your sari and your jewelry, I think you should buy a new one. You also repeated, no, they are not talking about any sari and jewelry. Somehow they've seen they know my work. इतना उन्हें पता है, so they everybody's at least have Facebook, कहीं ना कहीं उन्होंने देखा है, and they like, oh my god, you help other people to be more peaceful. मुझे भी बहुत anxiety है, will it help me? I'm like, एक बार तो मैंने meditation session किया अपने एक function में कि चलो करते हैं बैठ के, but वो value समझ आनी चाहिए ना, that's the thing. Does it answer? तो पहले अपनी स्पिरिट को बिल्कुल टेम्पर नहीं करना, दैट्स व्हाट द कम्युनिटी इज फॉर. आप कोच को किसी को कॉल करो, बोलो कि मुझे जरा करो, जरा पकअप बैकअप करो मुझे, आई हैव टू फेस दिस. एंड यस,
Thank you.
as coach we have to be the leader. I see 6, but we're gonna take 10 more minutes. One more thing I want to share, everybody has got 10 names. If not, you must do it immediately after this call. Action, the biggest thing. Godspeed. Speed up. Ranjit, have you got 10 names? You did? Wonderful. Okay, second thing, groups. Briefly, I'll share about what do I mean by groups. As Nitin shared about the meetups, it can be any. Dipali is here. Dipali did a wonderful single women circle recently in Gurgaon. I would ask you to start doing little circle. Aditi, you're also planning some circles, right? That's a beautiful way. My first client, I've shared this in the past as well. My first client came from my first parenting workshop that I held in my drawing room. I literally went door to door. उस time पे कोई social media नहीं था. I printed out a brochure for a parenting workshop. Me and my helper literally illegally were putting the brochure from under the door. Why illegally? Because I gave the newspaper guy money, put my brochures in, and then I called my friend and she said there is no brochure in the newspaper. I'm like, oh my god, I wasted my money on brochures and then paid the newspaper guy and you didn't get the brochure. She's like, no, there is no brochure in my newspaper. I'm like, okay. I went to the basement. I went every flat to flat and I slipped the brochure. 5 people joined my first workshop. And that was, I remember 4 or 5 sessions, 5-week workshop on parenting. I put my heart and my soul and everything. That's important. No holding back. Everything and anything I knew on parenting, I gave it to them. These 5 people are still connected to me. This was 2012, the year I came back to India. And one of them said, Saloni, you're right. Only a happy couple can raise happy children. That was one module of my program, being a happy couple. She said, my marriage is falling apart. Can you coach us? I'm like, thank God, yes, I'm a coach and I want to coach. Come in. And my first sessions were held in my home only. At that time, there was no Zoom. So there was in-person sessions. I had an extra room where I put chairs and table. I invited this couple. I coached this couple. This was my first client. So group is another way. Why group is very powerful? Because any kind of circle you hold, you are showing them that connect Ranjit was talking about. Ranjit, you were holding some breath circles, right? Anything, pick up any area and start to share with people. Now, how do I invite? मेरे time में brochures थे. अभी तो I don't think brochures का time है. I know all the brochures go straight in the bin. Even I have never touched any. Times have changed since then. Asking people, asking your circle, close circle, like if Serenity was part of my self mastery programs, I was doing this online programs. I think I hardly ever put, Aditi, you remember, I hardly ever put on even social media about my self mastery program. I ran many batches of these online programs, and most of the time I was just telling my friends, my clients who I felt were absolutely the right fit for my program. They will benefit. I literally called them and said, I think this is the program I'm doing, and I think you are a good fit. Or after first batch, I started telling every participant in your circle, if there is anybody who will benefit, send to me. I'll talk to them and see if they will like to join my program. And all my batches were filled through this only, word of mouth, by asking. So word of mouth doesn't mean that people will naturally send. Of course, after a few years of credibility and work, people will send. Even now, I would say 60 to 70% of my clients are through reference. Most of them are sent by my clients, some by friends. Few come through website, and as I said, very occasional from social media. So you can start to have circles or groups. Yeah. Before I go to question, I said I'm going to share a gift. So I am creating something powerful for all the coaches in the community. And if you are thinking that you want some support to create the business by the next year begins, you want to have a profitable business, you message me and then I'll share what exactly I'm creating. I'll share in detail. I don't want to take time right now, but you message me personally on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp is the best way of communication. Now, questions. So, is everybody okay for 5-10 minutes more? We can take. Okay. Who wants to go? I see Priyanka and then Ranjit, please. Yeah.
Um, Saloni, you shared that we don't need to spend time on social media. So besides that, of course, you shared that asking, in a closed circle, that is one of the ways through which we can connect with more people, doing circles, etc. What are the other ways through which we can reach out to potential clients? Of course, Google page is there, website is there, but again, they are um, there, people will see and they will come. But what are the other or ways through which we
Okay.
can reach out?
One more is speaking. That I thought group. That's what I mean. So group is not only when you create a group, go out and speak. Yeah, that's a good point. Speaking engagement is the same thing. So right now, if you feel like it's gonna take some work and you can't do it every day, you might do once a month. Circle. Seek out opportunities to speak wherever you can. So when I was working as a parent coach, I have spoken to so many schools and nobody ever paid. But yes, clients came through that. Credibility was built. Again, those parents might not hire me directly, but I don't know from where referrals will coming. And these were parents who have listened to me in schools. And it was like literally they would give me sometimes 20-30 minute slot in a PTM. That okay, after the PTM, you come and you speak to our parents about this. I have done a lot of them. I've traveled as well. Sometimes in Delhi, from Gurgaon, I've traveled to Delhi to go to some schools to give this. Similarly, you can in the beginning charge less. If you have, for example, from your ex works, many of you have worked in the past, right? So you must know some people in L&D and HR. So you can send an email where you can tell the organization that I am providing workshops, seminars, or even simple, seminars on this topic. Create 5-6 topics and keep it minimal in the beginning. Usually organizations have good money. So when I say minimal, of course, you can start 15-20,000 per hour easily. You can start with that and ask them 1 hour, 2 hour. You have different kind of packages you can do. And when they offer you workshop, oh, we would like to do an half day workshop or a full day workshop. Prepare that workshop. Trust me, you can prepare it and have that confidence. Even if it's not great, if it's just good enough, you will learn. A lot of people ask, how do I create workshops? Right now, if you have done some work in personal development, if you have learned anything, whether it's about coaching, NLP, any other modality, you will be able to create. Think what is the problem? How can they understand the problem? Some solution. What can they do about it? Simple layout. Create it. All my parenting workshops are 100% compiled from my experience, what I had learned from different parenting teachers around the world. Learn, create. Don't keep on learning. Learn and create. Sath mein. This will go hand in hand. And offer this. Now the advantage. So I remember parenting workshops I did. Actually, Praveen is in the community now. He's an HR in Sennheiser. Now he's becoming a coach. He invited me so many times to Sennheiser to do parenting workshops. And from that workshop, one thing I did was good. Again, I think I was naturally good at it. I would always take a paper and I would just ask everybody, anybody who would like to connect with me, just put your name and phone number here. I would go home, save all those numbers, send a message. Remember, oh, you had asked this question in the workshop. That is important. Now, rather than crafting a nicely polished post on LinkedIn, that worked helped me. Those people, like the workshop I had done 15 years back, still these people are connected to me, and sometimes they send clients to me. They remember, yes, you done a workshop in our office, Saloni, and one of my friend is going through this. Can you coach? And you, of course, keep connecting with these people. So one way, as I had shared last time, creating a simple broadcast list. Even if you send just one message every week and keep adding people to this list. This is a simple way to connect with these people and express yourself. Something useful, something meaningful. That's another way. But speaking engagement, again, is gives you a direct opportunity to showcase who you are and connect with people. Okay? Thank you, Priyanka. Ranjit, you have a question?
Yeah, I have one question, Saloni. So what recently I have started doing is embodying myself as a business owner because it is no different to me, correct? I am a business owner. So it's like I discuss about my child, I discuss about my health. It's like that I discuss about my business right now. So what it means to me now is like every relation or every interaction means business, can mean business, or it has an opportunity for business. Uh, so what I'm learning now, and which is what I'm wanted to ask is, uh, with people who I know, I I started kind of engaging as or embodying that business ownership in everything I do. Like if I know him very well, might not go as a client, but I might say that, can you review my profile or offering, how well it lands up for you? So I am a businessman at that point of time, correct? So I'm trying to do that for people who I know in some other way I am portraying or becoming a businessman in front of them. But what I wanted to understand, Salon, is there are many people, like especially LinkedIn. I'm not there for relationships, to be very honest. I am there because I am doing a coaching business, correct? So that is where I wanted to. I'm learning is how to make sure that every interaction that I have with people in LinkedIn reflects that ownership. Correct. I think that is where I want it because I'm not in LinkedIn to share my life or anything. I'm in coaching, and that's why I am in LinkedIn. Correct.
Oh,
From
okay,
business
okay, okay, okay.
perspective.
That's
Yeah.
a wonderful question. Let's go back to what I shared, Ranjit. LinkedIn, on LinkedIn, you are not just a business owner. Please know that. That business owner mindset on LinkedIn is not going to help. On LinkedIn, what people want to see how good Ranjit is as a person and as a coach because they are not different. I don't think a person who is unkind and who is always angry can become a good coach. Would you agree?
No, I think that's where maybe you're assuming because see, business owner, when I say Saloni,
Hmm.
the person Ranjit is a business owner. The person Ranjit is a coach. There is no difference in the person or
Yes,
the story
yes.
being shared. I am business owner doesn't make it a different Ranjit. The father Ranjit is, the business owner Ranjit is,
Yeah.
coach is the same. So the person that will be shared in LinkedIn will be authentic and
So
all
so
that thing.
what was your question? Repeat your question.
So my question is how to make sure, because see, the way I see life is like we are living many experiences through us, correct? One is father, one is business owner and all that. But through LinkedIn, the experience that I'm living is as a coaching business owner. That is a person who is owning a coaching business. If I was not owning a coaching business, I might not have come in LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting it. So my question was how to make sure that I am making it more meaningful for me, every relationship that I am creating there from a business owner perspective, as
Okay.
a business.
So here, this is, I don't know, I'm not sure, to be honest. I've got your question 100%, but I'll try, Ranjit. What I'm feeling is, first thing is, on LinkedIn, there are few purposes. As I said, one is branding. When somebody comes on your LinkedIn page, they can see clearly what you, as a brand, as a coach, who you are. That is one purpose. Other is because it's social media networking, it's online networking. Networking only means building relationships, because it's not something that is going to give me a direct business. Rather, I'm gonna make friends, relationships here. Slowly people will get to know me, they will start to trust me, and when they see my work, when they see my testimonials, they will get to also respect me. And slowly my credibility, it goes up. And when I put something out there to promote myself or to sell myself, there is a good chance that people might come and ask me, okay, I want to buy from you. It's a slow and steady process. That's what it is. So when you do that, how you do that? For me, simply it is about whoever I am. Some posts about what I do as a coach. Some things I might write about my personal life. Again, you talked about how do a person connect with me. People connect with people. Who am I as a human being? When I share vulnerability, this is what I've gone through, this is what I have learned in my journey, this is what has helped me. They connect human to human. As a coach, this is my expertise is that I might share in the form of a story. This is how I help the client of mine, and they get, oh, this is how Saloni helped somebody. I might talk about my business, something about my business. This is what happened, and they understand that. So, different aspects of me I am sharing here because I want to share all of me with people. And when people see all of me, what happens? They feel a connect. Yeah, she's just like a person like me, and I feel a connection because yeah, she's a mother, she's a coach, and she's a businesswoman, and she does this and authentic है, real है. People feel that connect. That's how we build relationships. I don't know it answers your question or not. Does it?
Not really, because what I've seen, I was making not a mistake, but I was focusing a lot on relationships when I was in LinkedIn. In the last few 1 month, what I
Okay.
have tried to focus, and which I'm, as I said, learning. Saloni is like, for suppose if I'm talking to Ashutosh earlier, I would have spoken to Ashutosh to know like what is going on and all that kind of stuff. But now I would say Ashutosh has so much more meaning to me than only knowing him. I will say that Ashutosh, I think, this is what I'm offering. Can you review my offering once? So what is happening is I am making it more meaningful as a business perspective. You're getting it's still an element of my business. Someone kind of giving me feedback.
Okay. I now
You're
I get
getting
it what you're
yeah.
saying. Now I get it what I'm saying, what you're saying. So I would say experiment with it. Experiment with it. But any identity we hold, we have to hold it very lightly, Ranjit. We have to hold it very lightly because otherwise, sometimes we become too rigid about it that I have to do certain things in a certain way only. So it's
हाँ
like
नहीं वैसा नहीं है सलोनी because the idea
नहीं
was see
करना.
the way I see it is business owner is me only. If I'm talking to Saloni or if I'm talking to Aditi, correct? Aditi might tell me that Ranjit, I think this is what I've seen. This is what I've seen. So can you help me to forward that with me? Again, it's a business thing. But you're getting it. It's a business to business thing. But I am still being authentic in that. But I am not see what earlier used to happen is I didn't never saw that I am operating as a business owner there also. But now what I'm doing is I'm feeling all of this and embodying it.
I that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
great you're doing it, but it doesn't have to be only this. Like I
Hmm.
love to chit chat with people on LinkedIn. I love seeing variety of things there. I don't go much there, but whenever I go, if there's a variety, I love to connect with different kind of people. And I'm not thinking of business at all. When I go on LinkedIn, as I said, for me, I'm actually not expecting business to come from that. I am sharing who I am, what I think, I believe into. uh, I love to express myself, so that's for me is a way of expressing myself. That's how I see it. And yes, in the process, as depending upon how much time I like to spend on social media, I love to build some relationships. This is how I see it. This is how I see it. Yeah. But we can go deeper into this later. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I just
Okay.
I'm
Thank you.
cognizant of the time. So just 2 more minutes, one last question. Thank you, Ritesh. Yeah, I think Aditi, you have your hand up.
Yeah. So just one quick question. So you said that ask people, right? So once you ask, it is but obvious that they might remember it for a few days and then they'll forget. How do you make that reminder organic for them? Like, because eventually you have to remind them, hey, I asked this, you know, did you get to know somebody about like, or do you have someone in your network about this? How do you make that reminder very organic rather than forced that, now I'm following up on, I gave you a task, I'm following up on it.
So first thing, really knowing, Aditi, that it's not your duty or responsibility to give it to us. So what can now I give to them? Rather think this way. In which ways I can actually give a gift to them? This is how I would love to see it now. So maybe that एक बार आपने पूछ लिया, it's okay. Once lovingly, you can remind as well that, oh, I had asked you a couple of weeks back, could you find anybody? The reality is, if they did find somebody, they would send to you. But you can still send a reminder because people are busy. There's no harm in sending one reminder. Later on, if that person is a friend, or even if just you just know them a little, I'm sure you know a little bit about their life. If you feel there is an article, there is something that they would enjoy, you can just drop them. Oh, I just read this article. It doesn't have to be yours. It could be anything, anybody. And I thought you would also enjoy this. Thought of you. That's enough. That's also a very loving way of kind of helping them remember you. So this is a fine line, Aditi, between becoming desperate and expecting that if I ever ask, they will give to me, or just gently holding it. You know? Because they don't have to give to us. If they give us, we can just be grateful and thank you. And do a great service that goes beyond saying. If you serve your first 5 and 10 clients really well, of course you will keep growing. There's never you have become a coach. It's like always a becoming. We are always becoming, learning and learning, always. I think till the end of our life it will keep happening. But wherever you are right now, doing your best with all your heart and soul, that will bring more efforts. And always ask your clients. When a happy client, the moment somebody says, oh my god, I'm really happy with happening in the session today, thank you. And do you know someone who will also benefit with something like that? Maybe you have a friend who's also going through it. I have space and I would love to coach them. That's a perfect timing to ask. Yeah. Good. If there's any other questions, please do drop in the community. I will be sharing the recording, both WhatsApp, maybe I'm active ho gaye hain, WhatsApp and Facebook, both places. Drop your questions there. And as I said, message me if you want to know more about creating thriving business. All right. Love you
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
very
Thank
much.
you
Saloni.
so
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Saloni.
Bye, everyone.